Y'all, I cannot be getting behind these $700 car payments.
That's it. I am no longer gonna pay. Like,
I don't care that I have a $700 car note. I don't care because I'm in this car a lot, right? Think about it. We commute to work.
What's up, financial hawks? So in today's video, we're gonna be going over crazy car payments, the new car payment epidemic, or I guess not necessarily like new, because I mean it's kind of been going on for a while now, but I talked about this before. I think the average like price for like a car payment was like between $500 to $700, depending on if it's a new car or a used car. And it seems like it is not going down. It seems like it's gonna just keep increasing and increasing. Now, I recently got a car, I mean, it's a new car for me. It's a 2023. And yeah, I'm not paying. That was my goal. I'm like, nah, like if I do get like a new car, I got the GR86, I'm not gonna be paying over $500 for my car payment. And unfortunately, a lot of people, aren't aware that you can have lower car payments than $500, $600, $700. And yeah, hopefully throughout this video, kind of going some of these, I can kind of share some of the stuff I've learned during the process of getting the car and insurance and whatnot too. But buying a car that you can afford is definitely key. Not buying something that just because it looked nice but it's taking half your money, that's like a bad choice. Also too, being able to save a lot of money to either buy the car outright, which is always great, but if you can't do that, then being able to put a large down payment so that you're not really paying as much as you would be, that also can be good. A large down payment, that's what I did. Paying a good size chunkable down payment on the car can help out tremendously on the amount of payments you're paying each month. So let's go ahead and go over the first one. Let's see some of these crazy car payments. And yeah, you guys can let me know and let everybody else know in the comments how much you're currently paying on your car and what type of car it is too.
What's your car payment?
$958 a month.
What? How much is your car payment?
$1,600.
What? How much is your car payment?
$1,720.
No way.
$315.
There you go. Okay.
$500.
All right. That's
$1,533.
what are you driving?
$333.
Smart man. All right. Good deal.
$12.
How much is your car payment?
$606.
Wow. Those were up there. Let me
What's your car payment?
let's take the freaking volume down. Dang. 1,670. Now, you can actually have large car payments if you're making like if you're making a ton of money, for example. Like it's definitely relative. So like, yeah, if you're making $1 million, you're paying 1,670, that's different. But if you're making freaking $50,000, $60,000 a year and you're paying 1,670, that is insane. So again, it's definitely relative. I'm not gonna say, hey, you paying $2,000 car payment, they're gonna 100% always be bad. Because again, if you're making freaking $500 million a year, which again, not the majority of people, but hey, if you're in that tax bracket, then it's a little different. Remember Dave Ramsey talking about this too with Jay-Z. I think he said like people were complaining that he spent like $10,000 on some type of party or at nighttime or something with his friends or something. And Dave Ramsey was like, man, that's like nothing to him. That's like a quarter. That's like $1 to him. That amount of money he makes. So him spending that is a whole lot different than you spending that while only making $50,000 a year. So again, it's definitely relative. But look at this. Like there wasn't that many payments in the $300 range at this car place. Like we had this guy, he was paying $315, not bad, which is crazy though now, because I mean that would be high now. I mean that would be high back then, like 5 years ago. 315 would probably be super high, but like now that's like that's low. That's on the low end now. That's how much it has increased by. We got 500 again. That's up there still too, and it's got 333 again. 5-10 years ago, that's high. But nowadays, I mean, that's on the lower end, which is again crazy. And I'm pretty sure they all put down payments on these cars, except this car maybe. These guys just spent this 1,600, 1,700, then 2,000. I'm not sure they put a down payment. Maybe they did, but I don't feel like they did. But I feel like with the other guys, they paid a down payment and still having to pay $300+ a month. And then this is something too that a lot of people don't think about, is that when you're buying your car, you're also going to have to pay some type of car insurance. So you can add an additional $100 to that, possibly another 100, possibly another like 70 to $300 pretty much a month, depending on what type of car you have. I guess your car history record. I've seen some people saying they had to pay some super high price, like $500 something a month. but it's like they are garbage drivers or something. They have like some DUIs and it's like a whole lot of other stuff on top of that for you to be paying $500-$600 plus on a basic, I think it was like a Corolla or something like that, or like some type of sedan that wasn't like that much. It was like a 2015, 2014 or something like that. Like it wasn't like even like a newer car paying that much because of the other, factors into play. So yeah, when you're looking at cars, I definitely recommend, if you can't pay the car outright, definitely something that you can afford, something that you could pay 2 or 3 payments a month and you not die on that same car, but also putting like a good chunk of down payment so you can drop down your monthly price if possible. And also too, doing a lot of due diligence on trying to get pre-approval, and also too looking at different quotes for car insurance for the type of car that you want, so that you can have a idea of how much you'll be paying. Test out different companies. That's what I did. Look at Geico, Allstate, Progressive, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and get prices down. So then when I, was able to get my car, I already had an idea how much I want to be paying, but also how much my car insurance was going to end up, being. And I think a lot of people miss that part about that too. So even though he's paying 333, it could be closer to 400, 450 with car insurance. These guys right here paying the 16, 17 with car insurance. He's probably paying maybe 2K plus just on his car from the car payment in the car insurance, let alone any type of maintenance and other factors too. So this is different things you have to think about too with getting the car. Let's go ahead and play this next one.
So all day, people have just been coming for me in these comments. And it's just funny because one of y'all's favorite things to comment is that the average car payment in 2024 is somewhere between like $500 to $700. So I Googled it just like y'all did. The average car payment in 2024 is $735. And the average loan amount on a new car is $40,634. So let's talk about the national average for salary, because I Googled that too. It's $59,228. So financing a $40,000 car is literally 68% of your salary, but y'all can afford it though. You can't. That's what I'm getting at. You can't. And I'm not saying it's because you broke. I'm not saying it's because of any other reason. Then you need to save more money to put down if that's what you want to do. Why would you finance a car that is over half of the money you make in a whole year? Like I feel like that's what's not clicking with some of y'all. And even watching this video, y'all are still going to comment and still not get it. But it just blows me because, no shade again, but you can't tell me that every single person in my comments makes over the national average. You can't. So it's just like some of y'all are mad and there was never any ill intention on it. But since some of y'all want to be rude and come for me, like, I'm going to pull out the numbers. Go Google it like I did. I'm not lying about the numbers. All Google showed me is that the average American is signing up for a loan that they can't afford.
Yeah, now it's even worse than that. I forgot what she said the national average was. Like, was it 60 something she had said or something like that? And basically, like, they're paying for cars or like dang near that amount. But dang, where is the national average she was talking about? Dang, okay, like the price was 735, paying about 40,000. Okay, yeah, about 59,000. She said I believe, seeing about so about 60,000. So I mean, that's the average. And again, like if you're doing averages, you're also getting the top people and the bottom people, put them together. So again, most people, like the higher amount of people making, 300, 400, $500 million plus, that's going to heavily skew those numbers. So it's even worse than that. Like if they're saying 60,000, and again, I don't know if that's single family or household, because I'm seeing a lot of people like construe those or put those together as if only one person making 60,000, whereas it's like the whole household is making that. And again, it's heavily skewed again by where you're getting the numbers from. So it's even worse. Somebody spending $40,000 on a car, most of the people aren't making $50,000 by themselves. So it's like, even though again her average is showing up to about that 60,000, really like maybe 40,000, 40,000 like household income. So it's even worse. People are spending 40K, 50K on a car that's even higher than the amount that they're making as a whole in their house for the year. And I think they need this, which sucks. Now, car prices have increased crazily. I ain't gonna lie. They increased wildly. But everybody does not need a $50,000, $60,000 car. That's also a fact too. Like I'm just like straight up, not everybody needs that. Like not 50% of the population needs that, especially if you can't afford it. Like you can get a used car, that's been several years old. You can get a reliable car that's gonna last you a lot longer. Get yourself a Corolla, for example. I've been rocking my Corolla for a long time. I still got it, even though I got like another car now. Still got that Corolla. It's still grinding out here after all these years, and it was dang sure not no $40,000. So I like that she got the numbers out there, but it's even worse than that because again, that's the average. And we know how to actually read numbers, which a lot of people don't like understand. This like with stats, like you can really construe stuff a lot with that. It'll be like a stat like 50% of people, or no, 67% of people believe in XYZ or something like that. But then when you actually look at the numbers, look at how they actually get in the polling, they ask 100 people. Like they asked 100 people in Miami, Florida, this question. So it's like they put this out here, but when you actually look at the numbers and where they're getting the information from, it's like, okay, that is heavily skewed. Only 100 people in that one area, for example, like let alone the races of people, the genders of people, on top of that too. What they think over there is completely different than somebody in New York maybe thinking, somebody else like in the Midwest, somebody down here in the South. Well, not just in the South, because I'm talking about like the South is in like Texas South. Like, we can have like completely different, viewpoints on that. But the polling says this, but it's like where they're getting the numbers at. Well, that's a whole nother story. Maybe I might do like a video talking about stats and how you can really misconstrue those a lot. I got some really good examples. I use on people, and they're like, oh wow, I can see how that can get really misconstrued. And I actually may end up making a website too and just doing crazy stats, but that are factual. Now, when I break down how I got the numbers and all that, it's going to be different. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. I like that. I like what you're talking about. It's fortunate $600 car payments are kind of becoming more normal. It's crazy. Car prices have increased a lot, used and new. But yeah, everybody does not need a $50,000-$60,000 car. Everybody doesn't need that. That's a fact, also a fact too. Let's go ahead and play this next one.
I know how made. Somebody go get her.
No, yeah, this is also something that people don't realize. And I think my oldest sister actually was in a predicament back when she was younger. And it's when you're making additional payments, you want to put that on the principal so you can knock that down faster versus you just paying the set amount of, payments that you have to make. Like for her, she was saying like thought she was paying a whole lot more. Like she was just paying so much, but she said she wasn't seeing her numbers really going down. And she was paying like, I think double or like triple. And it was because, if I'm not mistaken, because she was just paying just how much, like her monthly payments, pretty much. She wasn't paying down towards the principal. So, after she was making so much that she didn't have to pay for like a year or so, she was like, I'm so far ahead. And yeah, you're so far ahead making those type of payments, but your principal and everything isn't really going down that much. And that's why. So you're still paying full interest if you're just making the monthly payments. If you're knocking down the principal, then then you're actually knocking down actually how much you're paying, because you're not paying as much interest, because each monthly payment, you're $550, a month or whatever, half of that probably freaking interest, especially like the first few months. I'm sure first year or two, you're paying a whole lot on interest. You're paying that, $200 plus on the interest. So when you're knocking out the principal, when you're knocking that out the way, then in turn, you're going to be paying less total. You're going to be paying less, interest, because again, you're knocking out that principal versus you just paying more, instead of you just paying more taxes. I mean, paying more interest. So you pay more interest, you're really knocking it out. So yeah, if you're going to be not just on car stuff, but like loans and like other debt in general, you want to start knocking out that principal if you're going to pay additional payments. So you can, not have to worry about paying more interest. You're paying less interest because you're knocking out more. But if you're just making the monthly payments, yeah, you can get ahead and you might not have to pay for a year, for example. But you just pay extra interest that you didn't have to pay for. So again, that's kind of what you're paying for right there. But I think that's actually a good one right there. A lot of people just don't realize that. And not just in car payments, they may know that in car payments, but they might not know this in like other debt, that you have. Let's go ahead and play another crazy car one. Let's see how much you're paying on this one.
Hey, Stephen, what do you drive? Hey, Jonathan, what do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a 2018 Ford Mustang GT and my car payment's $597 a month.
Hey, Stephen, what do you drive?
A 2022 Ram 1500.
And what's your car payment?
$1,027.
Hey, David, what do you drive and what's your car payment?
Drive a 2017 Acura MDX, and my car payment is, I don't know if I feel sharing that, but it's $564.
Hey, Juan, what do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a 2015 Subaru Forester, and my payment is $390 a month.
Hey, Giovanni, what do you drive and what's your car payment?
2007 Ford Mustang, and it's paid off.
Hey, Norris, what do you drive and what's your car payment?
Dodge Ram 1500 and a Mercedes.
What are the payments?
On both cars?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hey, Jennifer, what do you drive and what's your car payment?
A 2022 Mazda CX-5 and it's $635.
Hey, Ryan, what do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a 2023 Mazda 30 and I pay $527 a month.
Hey, Ariel, what do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a 2020 Toyota 86 and I don't have a car.
Hey, okay, shout out to the 86. Shout out to the 86. But yeah, I actually like this one. I like this car dealership a little bit more. It looks like they're paying, less money than, the $1,000+ we've been seeing in other places. Oh, I guess we got 1,000. I forgot about him. Well, we gotta have that one person paying $1,000+ on their car payment. But outside of him, everybody else was lower. We've been seeing a lot of $500, $300, $300 to $500. It seemed like, but also too, a lot of people had their car paid off. Like him, he had his car paid off. He had his car paid off. She also had her 86, looks like paid off as well. So that's good. So again, if you can't, pay it off all the way, again, having a large down payment on your car, so you're paying less each month is also good. And also just again, having a car that you can actually afford, like just because you're able to do something doesn't necessarily mean you can afford it. Like if you can't pay like double, triple, quadruple the amount each month, then you probably can't afford it. Like, with car wise, especially like, yeah, that 600 car payment. Okay, let's say you might can do that, but you can't do double that. So like if you lose your job or whatnot, and you make a job that's paying you just a little less and you can't afford anything anymore, it's like, again, something to think about right there. But I do like this dealership a little bit more. Again, we have some car payments paid off, some cars paid off. I do like that. And also too, guys, if you made it this far too, in the comments, let me know how many of you guys have a car paid off or maybe multiple cars paid off. How long did it take you? How do you feel? And if you do have low payments of cars, like what type of car it is too, and like how much down payment did you pay or what year was it? I'm definitely intrigued to hear on that. And let's go and play this last one here. Good old Dave Ramsey show.
13, 14, 1,200.
Hand to God, true story. My husband and I took my Cadillac in many years ago to be serviced, and we just decided to sit in the car dealership area. Well, of course, they were going to say, hey, are you guys thinking of upgrading? And we're just like, hey, yeah, shits and giggles. Why not? Why don't we look into it? Why, when they wrote up the, not the agreement, but like the proposal, I was like, so where's the monthly payment? My brain couldn't register that those payments were in thousands of dollars. I was just like, sorry, yeah, no.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. 13, 14, 1,200.
Hand to God.
Ooh. Let me look at that again. 13, 14, 1,200 on cars. Ooh, car payments on each one. Again, that is high. And again, if you're making freaking $1 million, for example, it's a whole lot different. And I'm not even talking about you, but I'm talking about the people who are making like freaking $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year and paying $1,400 just on payments. That is insane on your car. That is insane. And then I know your freaking car insurance is also high. So dang near all your money is being spent towards the car and you're not going to go anywhere. And if you lose your job, you're just out of luck. That's probably why we're seeing so many freaking dang near, repos. Like there's so many videos on YouTube and on TikTok talking about repos and the rise of repos, because people really can't afford what they're getting right now. And, one little thing happens and they can't pay it. And like they, just out of luck, which sucks. So I guess any advice I would have, again, try to get something that you can actually afford. You don't, everybody doesn't need a $50,000, $60,000 car. That's another one. You don't have to impress everybody. I mean, you can impress people with freaking 20, 30,000 cars, man. My car, I can impress people now with my GR86, and that's not no freaking $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 car at all. And I get people talking about my car all the time. So you can definitely get a car lower than that, putting like a larger car, down payment, and being willing to have a car, for a lot of years. For example, that can also help out too. I had a Corolla 2006. I still got it today. I think I have about 16 years now, still running, still grooving, just doing the maintenance on the car whenever you need an oil change, getting that fixed whenever tires are out, little small things. Some things may go out in the cars, getting that done. It can last you a very, very, very long time, and they can save you a lot of money. So you can use that time, that 10-year, that decade of not having to pay car payments or paying very little to then get your dream car after you became successful in any type of other field that you're trying to get in, or any other type of business that you're trying to get into. But anyway, guys, if you haven't already, again, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Car payments are crazy. It's crazy that they were just going over the Cadillacs and they were, she couldn't grasp the thousands of dollars they were trying to, I guess, have them pay each month. And yeah, I don't see this just improving anywhere soon, unfortunately. Seems like this kind of tied with everything else has just been increasing in life. You got the groceries increasing, you got mortgage, rent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Everything going higher. We just need these salaries to get up higher. So if you're a financial high, look at some of my previous videos on different ways you can start making money. Look at different credit cards you guys can look at. Not to put down money on the card necessarily, just to pay it off as soon as you get it, using those cash back rewards for other things. Debit, talk about debit cards, talk about business cards that you guys can look at, talk about business sites that are cheap that you can use for your business as well, so that you can have a business address and not having to pay an exorbitant amount of money. I got a lot of resources on the channel that can really help you guys out in your business and in your personal life with trying to get additional money, additional sources of income. Is out there. You guys can do it. You just got to put your mindset in there and put that grind in there. Because nobody will really save you out here. And yeah, like, especially to us dudes right here who are like watching this video right now, you really got to be on your grind, man. Like, I'm like dead ass. You really got to be on your grind right now. And you're going to continue that, man, because how everything's going is not improving. So you got to make the improvement to yourself. Everybody thinks, you get one president in and like somehow your whole life is going to change. No, you're going to have to make that change. Regardless of the president, it's going to be up to you to put in that work, put in that grind, put in that time. See you guys in the next one. Peace.